Hello everyone, today we're going to see the difference between the third and the mixed conditionals. So let's have a look first of all at the use and the examples. The third conditional we use when we talk about unreal events in the past. For example, if I hadn't studied IT, I would have never applied for that job. And when we talk about the mixed conditional, we think about unreal events in the present that have a connection with the past. For example, if I had caught that flight, I would be sunbathing on Maldives now. Or if I was you, I wouldn't have bought that dress. So as you see, we have two different structures in the mixed conditional. Remember the structure of these two conditional sentences. The third conditional has if plus past perfect, and the second part contains would plus have plus past participle. While the mixed conditional uses two patterns. The first one is if plus past perfect, would plus infinitive, and the second structure is if plus the past simple plus would plus have plus past participle. Now, can you tell me why we call it the mixed conditional? Well, you can see it clearly that this conditional mixes two conditional sentences in one. For example, if plus past perfect is the third conditional, and then would plus infinitive is the second conditional. And the second structure, if plus past simple, is actually the second conditional. And then you have would plus have plus past participle, which is actually the third conditional. So let's talk about the third conditional first. The third conditional is used to talk about regrets about the past. For example, if I had left home earlier, I wouldn't have missed my flight. Then we have this sentence. If I had followed the instructions, I wouldn't have failed to assemble it. Had followed is past perfect and would plus have plus past participle. You can also change the parts of the sentence and start with I wouldn't have failed to assemble it if I had followed the instructions. In this case, we don't use commas before or after if. Let's have a look at these examples. If I had studied computer science, I would have got that job. Si hubiera estudiado informática, habría conseguido ese trabajo. You wouldn't have failed the exam if you had studied harder. No te habría suspendido el examen si hubieras estudiado más duro. I would have tidied up the house if I had known that you were coming. Habría limpiado la casa si hubiera sabido que estabas llegando. Alright, as you know, practice makes perfect, so let's translate these sentences. Si hubieras llegado antes, habrías visto el espectáculo completo. If you had arrived earlier, you would have seen the whole show. Si hubiéramos ahorrado dinero, habríamos podido hacer ese viaje. If we had saved money, we would have been able to make that trip. Si él hubiera tenido más tiempo, habría terminado el proyecto antes. If he had had more time, he would have finished the project earlier. Si hubiera llovido, nos habríamos quedado en casa. If it had rained, we would have stayed at home. Si no nos hubiéramos perdido, no habríamos llegado tarde. If we hadn't got lost, we wouldn't have been late. ¿Qué habría hecho el dueño del coche si hubiera visto al ladrón? What would the owner of the car have done if he had seen the thief? Si me hubiera quedado en casa, no habría conocido a mi marido. If I had stayed at home, I wouldn't have met my husband. All right, and now the mixed conditional. So we have two different structures when we talk about the mixed conditional. And the first is when we talk about the hypothetical condition in the past with an imaginary result in the present. For example, if she hadn't drank so much last night, she wouldn't have a hangover now. The first part of the sentence, the condition, is hypothetical in the past. If she hadn't drunk. The second part of the sentence, she wouldn't have a hangover, refers to the present, an imaginary result in the present. So, what do we have? In the first part, we have actually the third conditional, and in the second part, we have the second conditional. The third conditional is mixed with the second conditional, and as a result, we have the mixed conditional. And in this picture, you see a girl who might have missed her flight. Let's have a look at the sentence. If I had left home earlier, I wouldn't be sitting here waiting for the next flight. In the first part of the sentence, we have past perfect, if I had left. And this is an unreal situation or a hypothetical situation in the past. Now, the result in present is expressed by wouldn't be sitting here. This is would plus an infinitive, actually a continuous infinitive. But anyway, this is the second conditional. And in the first part, you see the third conditional. So again, they are mixed. And the second use of this is when we express an unreal condition in the present, this time with an imaginary result in the past, so vice versa. If she wasn't or if she weren't afraid of flying, she wouldn't have traveled by train. What do we have here? If she wasn't afraid means now, in this moment, in the present, it's an unreal condition. And we have she wouldn't have traveled. This is something in the past, an imaginary result in the past. So the first part is the second conditional, and the second part of the sentence is the third conditional. They're mixed together again. Let's have a look at this sentence. If you had followed her advice, you wouldn't be in trouble now. Si hubieras seguido su consejo, no tendrías problemas ahora. Or this one, if I spoke better Japanese, I could have got the job. Si hablara japonés mejor, habría podido conseguir el trabajo. If I were a bit more organized, I wouldn't have missed my flight. Si fuera un poco más organizada, no habría perdido mi vuelo. Alright, we've got to the practice, so let's translate the following sentences. Si no hubiera llovido, la hierba no estaría mojada. If it hadn't rained, the grass wouldn't be wet. Si fuera tú, no habría comprado ese vestido. If I were you, I wouldn't have bought that dress. No estarían perdidos si no hubieran cogido un mapa. No estarían perdidos si hubieran cogido un mapa. They wouldn't be lost if they had taken a map. Alright guys, this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, write your comments below, and thanks for watching.